Good afternoon, YouTube. Xfile2708 back again with another video. As hinted yesterday, I posted on my community portion of my YouTube channel, hinting that there's going to be an update on today's video with regards to a new collection that's going to be starting up for myself. Now, it's one of those, since I got back into YouTube, probably, how long ago, Ghostly? About a month ago? Yeah, about a month ago. I've started watching other retro collectors and, you know, some of the old school YouTubers that I've continued to follow over the years, as well as some of the new blood that's posting retro video game hunting and their games rooms and all of that sort of thing. And as you can expect, you know, me with my Mega Drive Mini, which is like one box and 30 games or whatever it is, and my PC Engine Mini, it's not quite the same. It doesn't give me the same buzz as you know, when I used to collect 8 or 10 years ago. And you know, it's one of those, you're going into town, you have a little mooch in the charity shops, and again, you've got nothing to look out for and scratch that itch, so to speak. So I was thinking, when was it? Was it yesterday or the day before? As to what, you know, isn't going to be too expensive to collect for. You know, have I got something that I can start collecting for without having to buy the system already, and things like that. So what I've decided, something that I've had the console, I kept it in my collection when I had the big retro clear out, was one of the systems that, you know, I've been really fond of over the years. I've probably had this console, 8 or 10 years now, probably about 10 years. Like I say, it's something that I decided to keep hold of, and when I show you the system, you'll probably understand why, because it does cover a bit of a multitude of systems. So I'm going to switch it on now, guys, let you hear the little start up and see if you can guess what it is. Just that little intro. Can you tell what it is? Can you tell what it is, mate? There we go. So without further ado, let me present to you. Say I've kept this in my collection over the years. There we go. My PSP 2003. So this is, like I say, something I kept in my collection. It's a modded 2003 PSP. So I'd got it modified with all of my Mega Drive ROMs, all of my Master System ROMs, PC Engine, and I'd also got a load of PSP ROMs. So I've got a couple of memory sticks that I can just hot swap between, using if I want to play the retro stuff for the Mega Drive, and then I've got another memory stick for the PSP original games. So PSP games are still, by and large, nice and cheap to collect. You know, you do see them out and about in the charity shops, etc., from time to time. So I figured, there we go, I've got the console to start. It's absolutely pristine condition, super comfy to use. Say I've used it over the years to scratch my itch once when I'd cleared the Mega Drive out of the collection and all of the games. So it's literally got the full Mega Drive ROM set for Japan, Europe and America. So it literally covers everything. So it's super comfy. You know, I can sit and play on it for a couple of hours. It, you know, it doesn't cramp my hands or anything like that. So I figured I've got a nice chunk of store credit still for CEX. So, you know, there's a few games that hold fond memories from, when I used to play this back in the day. So I did own a PSP from launch. Myself and my friend pre-ordered from America in the end. I can't remember the name of the company, but America got them, something like 6 months before we did over here. So me and my friend both imported ours from America and had them before they came out with here in the UK. So I think mine came, I think it was pre-bundled with, I think it was the Spider-Man movie, if I remember rightly. But yeah, massive nostalgia for the PSP. Those of you that followed my retro collecting back in the day or remember, I probably had 30 plus different handhelds over the few years that I was on YouTube, from the the Neo Geo Pocket, the Sega Game Gear, the Game Boy. What else did I collect, Lou? Game Boy Color. So I literally had all of the Advance, the SP,
Pocket.
Yep, the Game Boy Pocket, all sorts of, pretty much every handheld. I think I even had the Sega Nomad at one point that was only available in America, I think it was. So yeah, I've had dozens and dozens. I had a couple of PS Vitas over the years.
Not Wii's DS.
DS's, 3DS's, all of that malarkey. But I've never took to them as I have done with the PSP and the library of titles that you can get for the PSP. So as from today, I am not going for a full PSP collection. There's a lot of RPGs, A, that are far too expensive, B, that I've got no interest in playing because I'm not an RPG fan, there's a lot of sports titles. I will play the odd game of FIFA and stuff like that, but I'm not interested in picking up all of the FIFA titles and all of the other sports titles that are just going to sit gathering dust like, a large proportion of the Mega Drive set did. So I think there was just over 800 games released for the PSP over its life cycle. So, I'm just going to cherry pick, my favourites that I've played before. Obviously looking into recommendations from, other YouTubers that I'm watching PSP videos on and things like that. And it gives myself, Darth and Ghost Lou something to look out for, when we're into town and looking through the charity shops and things like that. So I've got a small chunk of games to start me off. So Ghost Lou's going to pass them to me. So let me just put this PSP back in its case so it's away safely. There we go. So first one was a charity shop find. Myself and Darth were out in one of our local towns yesterday, picking up some reptile food for our little leopard gecko that we've got. Had a look around half a dozen charity shops. Some games, they had Xbox One games, Xbox 360 games, PS3, etc. in this one shop, which I think was Bernardo's. But they were ridiculously overpriced, £12 for an Xbox One game. They had Black Ops 2 for 360, but that was priced up at £5. So, even some of the charity shops are, in my opinion, overcharging on certain retro titles. But we did manage to find one shop, which I think was Salvation Army, that had, I think, 4 or 5 PSP games in. Most of them were sports titles, so I'm only going to pick a couple of sports titles up. None of the ones that they had in there were of interest to me, but I did manage to pick this one up. So there we go, there's Little Big Planet. So always been a big fan of Little Big Planet. Played it on the PSP originally, played it on PS3, played it on PS4 as well. always, a fun one just to, pop on for half an hour and, battle your way through the colourful and creative levels. So this one was £1, so it is complete. I'm not going to open them up inside, but like I say, this one is complete with the manual and the UMD. So great little start to the collection there yesterday. Now that was the only one that that was in the charity shop. So these ones here I'm going to show you were brought using CX store credit. So I managed to get a nice chunk from one of my local CXs today. Then obviously over the coming weeks I'll be hunting with Ghost Lou and Darth, the local charity shops, as and when we pop across to different towns, and the local CXs as well. So like I say, by and large they are pretty cheap to collect. There is some expensive ones which, my modded PSP can play ROMs. One of the memory cards that I've got is full of all different titles that, not all of them I've picked up here today on UMD. So some of the more expensive ones like Manhunt 2 and things like that, they're up at £15 at the minute on CX. So they're not the cheapest to pick up. So I am going to try and collect sensibly and, just pick up the cheaper ones that I know I enjoy playing or come, recommended from you guys. So, if you are a PSP collector and, you enjoy the system, see what titles I've got here. And, please feel free to mention in the comments any recommendations. So the first one from CX, there we go. We have a bit of Lumines. So fun little, I think it's a puzzle stroke music game, if I remember rightly. So years since I've played this one, but it always comes up, I think, with the with this one and the second one as a recommendation for a good title to play. So there you go. You can see the back of the box there with some screenshots. So there we go. That's Lumines. Next one, game that I haven't played before. Oh, excuse me. Game that I haven't played before, but I did have a look on a gameplay on YouTube last night, and it looked quite wacky and out there. So again, I think this was like £5 in CX, so I thought I'd grab it and have a look. So there we go. So we have SpongeBob Truth or Square. So it looks to be a colourful, I don't know, would you call them platformers? You've played them on the PS2, haven't you, before, the SpongeBob games? But yeah, they're quite colourful, cartoony type games. So there we go. That's the back of the box there.
It looks like one of those where you just walk through.
Yeah, I think so.
Just defeat enemies.
Another puzzle one. I do remember playing this one before. CX price for this, I think, was either 50p or 75p. So it was a no-brainer to pick up for the collection. And like I say, it was quite a fun, unique puzzle type game where you've got your blobs of mercury and you're controlling them like around a maze type level, merging different colours and things like that. So quite a novel concept, and again one that you can just pop on for 10-15 minutes and have a bit of a blast. So there we go, that's that one. Next up, this is a title that I always pick up on Sony systems when they release them. It was the inspiration behind me picking up my PS Vita when I picked my Vita up all those years ago on launch. Played it on PS2 as well, and it's always been a favourite of mine on PSP. So we have, there we go, Everybody's Golf. Absolutely superb, that's a new one. Superb cartoon sports title of the old golf. Really colourful, fun golfing game. So, it goes to show really, I couldn't watch golf on the telly at all, no interest. But the way they do it with the, the cutesy Japanese type characters and all that sort of thing. It plays absolutely superb, really good little arcade golf game, this one. So I think that one was £1 in CEX. So again, it was pretty much top of my list to grab, as it is one of my favourites.
It's like all the Wii Sports games.
Yeah, exactly. So there we go. That's the back of the box there. So not intending to get any variations of this next one, but it is one that I wanted to pick up and have a look. So there we go. Football Manager Handheld 2010. I think they did several different iterations of the Football Manager series across the life cycle of the PSP. This was one of the later ones. I've lost countless hours over the years playing Football Manager on PC. I've lost full days at a time, sitting there with my beloved Leeds United, trying to get them, as it was, back into the Premiership at that time. And Ghost Lou's laughing now. He's not a Leeds United fan.
No.
But, again, it's another one that I've not played, Football Manager Handheld. So, I'm hoping that it's not as in-depth and overly complicated as they made a lot of the newer Football Manager releases. So, yeah, I figured I'd give that one a try. And again, that was dirt cheap. I think that was like either 50p or 75p. So, that's that one. Next one, not played this one before, but again, I had a look on YouTube last night at some gameplays, and it looked quite good. And I know this series of games across, your Mega Drive and PS2 and that over the years has always been well received and well spoken about. So there we go. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So they got away with putting Ninja Turtles on this release, even though here over in the UK and I think across Europe they were known as Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles. So no idea how they got away with that, but fair dues. And it looks, like I say, good from the gameplay I saw. So there we go. That's that one. Next up, a bit of EA Sports. It's in the game. There we go. A bit of Fifa Street 2. So I've not actually played Street Football on, what's the latest one, Ghostly?
PS5?
It's FIFA 22, isn't it? Where was it? 22? No, on 21 they brought Street Football into it as well, didn't they? Yeah. So I've not played the Street Football modes on the latest FIFA 21 and FIFA 22, but I do remember playing the FIFA Street series on the older systems. I think this got a PS2 release, which was all right, playable. So it's not again not an expensive title. I think all of these were under £5 when I picked them up from CEX with the old store credit. So a nice chunk of titles to start the collection off. So there's FIFA Street, and there we go. There's the back of the box. Play or be played. So there we go. Featuring 320 pro superstars, one-on-one skill battles. But yeah, I do like the old Street Football, with your much smaller pitches and being able to ricochet the football off the sides of the fences and stuff like that. So quite fun and fast-paced compared to the proper football.
I remember I played FIFA Street on PS2 and I've played the Volta mode and I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, really good, isn't it? So this one, I didn't realise that it was a bloody reprinted cover from CEX, which kind of annoyed me a bit, but I'm not going to get all OCD and anal about things like that. I think it was £3. So Wipeout Pure, big fan of Wipeout Pure and Wipeout Pulse on the PSP. So I mentioned me and my friend pre-ordered our PSPs and got them imported from America when they were first launched, and we used to play both the Wipeout games in the office of a lunchtime on the old wireless multiplayer. Absolutely superb, real adrenaline rush of a game to play, and very much a fun, fast-paced racer. So yeah, Wipeout Pure, really pleased to get that one. And with Wipeout, again, that was another title that on my PS Vita, I think 2048 came out on on launch, so it was one I managed to get bundled with it at the time when I brought it. So, I am kind of, half tempted to pick up a OLED Vita at some point. I know they can be hacked as well. By and large, most of the games aren't too expensive, but I was looking yesterday, and some of the titles, like the remastered games and things like that, are a bit pricey. There's still titles out there, which are ones that I've played before and really enjoyed that I'd like to get back, and you're looking at between £30 and £50 in CEX to get those again. So I'm kind of half whether to use a chunk of store credit in CX to get a Vita, but we'll see. Just starting off with this PSP collection for now, and seeing where it takes us. So yeah, Wipeout Pure with its reprinted cover, and there's the back of the reprinted box. Not that I'm bitter or anything, but there we go. That's that one. And we've got 3 more titles left, Ghostly?
2 after this one.
Oh yeah, 3 including this one. Yeah, big fan of this one. This is one that I've played on the Wii before, and one that I played on GameCube as well. Always a favourite with gamers. This one. There we go. Super Monkey Ball Adventure. Brilliant release on PSP. This one, super fun. And again, it's one of those games you can stick on for 15-20 minutes, do a couple of levels, and get the enjoyment from it and move on to something else. So really good little game, this one. So that's that one. And there we go. The old back of the box, A Monkey on a Mission. So that's that one. And then 2 more to go for this initial haul. So we have SSX on Tour, another EA Sports. It's in the game. So the old snowboarding, not too sure. I know it was a good one on PS2. The music side of things was really good as well. So hoping, I don't think I played this one originally back in the day on PSP, so be a first time playing. But I did keep, along with my original PSP that I showed you at the start of the video, I did keep the AV cable, so it is something that I'll be connecting up to the telly and doing some gameplays on. So lots of PSP gameplays on the way, guys. So there we go, there's a bit of SSX on Tour, and there's the back of the box. Rule the Mountain. PG apparently contains mild action violence. So that would be when I tried to do a trick and gambol down the hill, breaking numerous limbs. It's that one. And then the last one for today. You can't beat a bit of Sonic. So Sonic Rivals, I know they did a Sonic Rivals 2. I was aiming to get that in this CX that I picked up this haul of PSP from. But sod's law, they had the case and not the UMD. So I settled on the first Sonic Rivals for now. So again, this wasn't a title that I played back in the day, but looking again at gameplays last night, it looks a really good 3D Sonic game. Super colourful, super fast-paced, as you'd expect from a Sega Sonic release. So looking forward to putting some time into this one. And the old back of the box. There we go. It's a one-on-one competition between Sonic and his top rivals. So there we go. Sonic, Shadow, Knuckles, and newly brought in Silver. So there we go. But a 2-player wireless mode as well. So you never know. I might be able to persuade Ghost Lou to get a PSP at some point, and we'll do some wireless game in between us as well, which would be pretty cool. So there we go, guys. So I think that was, what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, probably 12 or 13 games to start the collection off. Like I say, not going for a full collection at all. No interest in trying to house 800 plus PSP games. I think Darth would kill me. And no interest in, sitting with, a full collection where half of it I've got no interest in playing. So, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, not going to do it again. But yeah, I needed to scratch that itch with regards to collecting and, hunting out in the wild at car boots and charity shops and stuff like that for a system. I am contemplating, as I say, with this PSP that I've got, it's a modded PSP, and I did put that little Big Planet into it last night, and of course it came up and said to play this game you need to update the firmware, which, that's going to backfire on me because I'll lose all of my emulation side of things, the Mega Drive, Master System, PC Engine, and Neo Geo arcade stuff that the memory sticks are loaded with. So I might use a chunk of store credit to get myself a nice boxed original PSP that's got the old TV out on it, so I can still do gameplays, and then I'll keep the modded one purely for the modded side of things. So, we'll see. They have gone up in price. I think back in the day I had the Radiant Red PSP, and looking on CEX box, that is now £150. So it's not a cheap one to pick up, and being a Leeds fan, I don't do anything red. So yeah, I'm going to look to possibly pick up an original PSP, what is it known as? PSP Slim, so the 2000 series, that's got the TV out on, so I can do the gameplay of these ones that I'm picking up on physical media that I've not got copied ROMs for, etc. So obviously, as soon as I get that through, then I'll show that on a future video. So there we go, guys. That's my collection announcement for today. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments if you're a fan of the PSP yourselves, what your favourite titles are, if there's any gems that you've seen that I've picked up today. I have, as I say, on the modded PSP, got lots of PSP ROMs, so I have already got the likes of GTA Vice City Stories and Liberty City Stories already downloaded, and something that I can play and showcase on the channel that way. So yeah, any gems you recommend, please let me know in the comments, guys. So that's me waffling on for way too long. Ghost Lou's hungry, he wants some tea. So we're going to go and get some tea sorted. So yeah, please remember to like, comment and subscribe, and share amongst your socials. And yeah, it's goodbye from Ghost Lou.
Bye, guys.
And yeah, I'll be back with another video shortly. Bye for now, guys.